Hi guys, I'm Malonot. Throughout this video clip, you're going to see what I do, why I do it, and the most natural part of winemaking. We make our wines without adding any yeast, without adding any acid, any yeast nutrients. We don't manipulate the juice. We don't use a new oak, it's older oak. So it's a natural approach to winemaking. The vines we use is the bush vines, it's older vines, dry lane vines. So what you are about to see is raw winemaking, natural winemaking, kind of a rock star style of winemaking. But that's what we do, and it shows in our wine. It's poetry in a bottle. This is what we've all been talking about, the bush vine. This is a Semillon vine. It's older than 65, and it's on the famous decomposed granite soils. And as I said, these roots are old, it's deep into the soil. I mean, it can withhold extreme heat. The Swartland is a hot region, and still we're making white wines that's funky and that's bursting out with flavor. And the reason is low yield bush vines, no irrigation at all. So there's no supplementing water than the God rain. And that's what our wines are showing, that bursting flavors of the berries. And it's all because of the age of the vines, the perfect soils, and the roots, that it's deep, it's solid. As you can see, these vines are thick, it's healthy, it's ready to produce fruit for next year. Harvesting in a crate, not in bins. Less is more, is the average saying in our game. We take it in 18 kilos on a time. So there's no loss of the juice, no pressing, no oxidization from the fruit. As you'll see later on, we do work with the buckets. It's a different style of winemaking. This is about 4 to 5 tons of Viognier arriving, and it will be destined for Phoenix, which will be a blend of Semillon, Chenin and Viognier in 2012. This is the pressing operation. As you've seen, it's been emptying with the buckets. The whole crates are into the press. There's no destemming. It's hand operational, minimal interference. We're not even using a pump. Oxidatively, but that's the Swartland way. It's a funky way. People look at us that we're rock stars, but this is the way that we operate in the Swartland. Natural, minimal interference. You can see the oaks are walking with the buckets, and that's just the way we do it. People hate us for it, we love it. You've seen the press, you've seen the buckets. A lot of winemakers talk the talk of fermenting natural and fermenting without settling. Over here you've seen it, we've actually captured it. It's no bullshit. You've seen the raw wine entering here. It's a bit oxidatively, but that's the style, as I said, and this is what it's all about. It's natural. Some of these weren't even fermenting this morning. We've re-inoculated it with a barrel that's already fermenting, and you can hear the music. This is wine in the making, and without just talking the talk, we're actually walking it. We're not saying we're fermenting naturally, we're not settling. Here you can see it, you've seen the buckets, you've seen the guys, it's all in the making. If you open the barrel, you'll see it springs out, the gas is there, the fermentation is running, and it's wild yeast that's going mad. They love the fruit of the vine. I mean, if you don't see more natural winemaking like this, you've seen the buckets, you've seen the way that we are operating here, whole bunches, no crushing, so we're completely respecting the fruit. This is real winemaking, nothing added, completely natural. There is no reason to manipulate something that is pure, something that is beautiful. And the music around us is pure fermentation. Look at that, guys. They're just gunning it, turning the sugar into alcohol without me interfering at all. From here, we fill it up, we leave it as is on the skins without racking at all. It's on its raw fermentation lees. We turn the barrel and we age it for 9 to 11 months. From there we rack it straight into the bottle without tartrate stability, only a protein stability. More real you cannot find. Hi guys, red wine fermentation time. This is pinotage. As you can see, it's whole bunches, 50% like in the Rhone, and the other 50% is crushed. As you can see, raw cement, no lining, no wax, no epoxy, nothing. Raw, no acid added, no yeast added, no nutrients added. It's natural winemaking, like in the old days. I think this is one of the only wineries in South Africa that's still using raw cement tanks, and they're not leaking. They haven't been used for over 100 years. I used them for the first time last year. Perfect, nothing wrong with it. Rustic winemaking, that's quality. This is 4,500 litre foudre, as the French call it. We bought it from a KWV for quite a lesser price than steel. This is how the old men made their wine. Less oak component, respecting the fruit, not overpowering the fruit of the grapes. What we did is we scraped all the old acid and tannins out of it, restored it, and now it's ready to be used for the Swartland wines. Hi guys, I'm Maurice Milan, again presenting one of my funky wines to you. It's called Cherry Blossom. It's a Shiraz based wine, but not like your average Shiraz that is a lot of pepper and spice. I blend my Shiraz with a little bit of Mourvèdre, also called a Mutaru in Spain, or a Grenache, also known as a Grenache. And as soon as you blend it with one of those two varieties, you turn the spice into a cherry-like fruit, a pruny, raisiny, beautiful integrated. It's naturally fermented like all of my wines. I don't like using yeast and acid and all of that kind of things. But the wine screams out of the glass. So it's cherry flavors, hence the name Cherry Blossom. It's made for people that enjoy wine, that find the fun in wine, that find the love in wine. So I hope you enjoyed this wine completely as well as I do. Hi guys, I'm Maurice Milan from Malonot. I'm presenting a wine to you, a funky wine, a unique wine. It's called Vino Cafe. It's a pinotage that I make in a style that is bursting out with flavors of coffee and dark chocolate. How I get the wine to taste like that is fermenting it and aging it with a unique oak component of French, American and even Russian oak. And it's completely not over the top, it's integrated. This wine you can use either as a hors d'oeuvre with your main meal, even as a dessert. And it's a complete, friendly, consumable wine, bursting out with flavors of coffee and chocolate and mocha and even a bit of vanilla. The wine speaks its name completely. You don't have to look for it. So I hope you enjoy this wine. it's made for the consumer out there, just that people that love wine as much as I do. Hi guys, today I'm shooting a video to explain more or less what I've been up to for the last year. My business exploded and I've been contacted through various importers, clients, to tailor-make a product. They wanted me to design a label for them, a brand from scratch. And today I just want to tell you more or less how that works. A client tells me exactly what he wants, and I take a concept from your grapes that you want, in which area you want to make it from, and I take it from there through the whole winemaking process, the oaking, the aging, and even from there onwards I do the whole package for him, from a label, the choice of the paper, choice of a bottle, the choice of a cork, branding everything, to the capsule, branding the box. From there, I take the wine to him. He can do his own blending, change the modification of the wine, whether it's an acid or a sugar level that he needs to be changed according to his market. From there, the printing, the bottling, the labeling, the legal requirements on the back label, up to the A number, the whole package, to the export, the certification, the loading the containers, and even the clearing advice on the other side. So in a nutshell, I offer a service of meeting a businessman slash winemaker that can do the whole concept. So you get your personalized wine up to your specific occasion. And today I'm just going to show you my latest concepts, a Villa de Soet in Cape Colony that I did for a client of the East. This wine is only aimed for China. That's the only market that I will give it to. It's reserved for that specific client, and I went through this whole process with them from the start to the end. Some winemakers offer a brand and a wine, and it's exactly what they want, but not what the client wants. Where my system is to accept people have different preferences, and I'm willing to accept it and change it. Meaning, if a client don't like that specific brand or label, I said, but wait, let's create something that you want, something that you can sell, and something that you feel a part of. Besides that, my business have an open book policy. I invite importers to come along to the harvesting party to get their hands dirty, to make up their own blends and feel part of the product. That way they've got a better story to tell. They know exactly how the wine is made, and they know exactly why the parts of the blends and the parts of the barrels have been put together specifically for their market's needs and taste.